So have you ever watched an anime and wanted to do this? Oh, it's like perfect for everything too. That's crazy. And I get the infinite energy. So the first time I died, I figured out I could do this. And I've been obsessed with the movement ever since. So welcome to VA Proxy. So naturally right after this, I got into a scrap with some random fellas out in the wastes. Ignore me being on 1 health that entire fight, but this video is not actually about the combat, like, at all. I'd like to show y'all how progressively I got an understanding of how far you can push the movement of this game. And I don't know how much of what I'm about to show you is intentional, but it does look really cool. So Yoddly Do, I didn't know movement, and I thought, wow, I climbed a really high tower, and then I accidentally fought the final boss of the game, which looked something like this. It feels cool when you do hit the parries, but man, will the bosses punish you. That was not even a fraction of my death, so it takes a hot minute. But again, I'm still not here to talk to you about the combat, and maybe that wasn't even actually the final boss, but it was a fun fight. Alright, so this is where I begin to explain how I ended up breaking the movement in this game. What I do here is so far below what ends up being possible in the game, but I'd just like you to see how I go about thinking through how to get a max height jump with my moveset here. This is where I get the fundamentals. And just like that, I achieved a maximum height combo for the moveset that I was using at the time. Now I'd like to introduce you to the room that taught me all this. The big library room with the creepy dudes on the moving platforms that's tall. I don't know, the library room, I guess. While trying to pull off this really garbage combo, I had some extremely close calls. Before finally actually, pulling it off and then realizing, hey, there's got to be an easier way. The reason you don't see me doing this in the next few clips is because there's like an energy meter on the far right of the screen, but I'll get to that later and how infinite energy comes about. Hopefully this gives you an idea of how huge this room is compared to the player character, because it's massive. But I figured this would be a good opportunity as any to actually explain what's happening here. And so you can jump and then do 3 attacks with this weapon, and then in midair you get 2 of these dash ground pound jumps against the wall where you see the electric sparks, and you usually have a double jump, and you can do 3 attacks after any of those. Right, so you see me doing 3 attacks there, jumping, then doing 3 more attacks, hitting the wall with the dash, and then doing 3 more attacks, thinking I'm gaining a little bit of height from this scythe every time. Right, so I'm trying to time it out really well. Okay, get the dash, then go for the double jump, then do another kick, and I'm garbage. So in being terrible at this, I have fallen all the way down, and it was actually a good thing. Because it was exactly this falling down that taught me to use this sword instead. Look at that, I'm swinging once, I get height, isn't that delicious? Now, I spent a very long time in this room, so in order to not bore you to death, I'm taking a lot of the clips of that out, obviously. You're probably only interested in the crazy stuff coming later in the video anyways, but for brevity, whatever that word means, I'll just put a few sped up clips of some of the stuff I learned how to do, like walking on the arm of this and, just getting more comfortable with the movement, I guess, but still had no idea how the sword worked in any of these clips. So then eventually, as I guess was inevitable, I made the big error on one of my jumps. After that tragedy, I got really sad that I didn't think I could make this jump and was like, there's gotta be a better way. So here you see me experimenting and being like, man, what if I switch weapons mid-combo and try to do something? And let me see one of the most beautiful moments, probably top 3, coolest learning moments right here, where I accidentally realized, hey, both the first 2 attacks of the sword give you height. I'm like, what? Oh my gosh! I'm freaking out. And so obviously we get a lot more height from this, and it allows me to easily here I'm like, oh no, I'm gonna be late for school, I gotta catch my bus. But in all reality, yeah, I made it onto the platform. Felt pretty cool. I'm like, yo, what's up with this dude? And of course, he's not solid. We're about to be out of this room, but I do want to show you one more sped up clip real quick of me reaching the ceiling in the room. I finally got decent at the sword attacks, but I still didn't even know how many jumps I had. Now, here's the second of the 3 awesome moments where I discover things. If you parry after 2 attacks, you can do 2 more on a single jump. So, // parry, cancel your parry, // See, I'm doing 4 parries or 4 attacks per jump here from this sword. That's a lot of height. So I'm not entirely sure where this next, revelation that I had came from, but I first see it in this clip, I guess. Maybe I didn't record it. But you can see right here that I hit the electric bounce and then do another double jump right here, even though I could have canceled the shift jump, right? So what you're watching right now is not a max height combo, but this next one is, and I'm going to walk you through it, right? So you get the 4 attacks with the parry in the middle. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then your double jump. Then a dash against the wall. Then 4 more. Then another double jump. 4 more. And then bounce off the wall one more time. So essentially, funny movement game go Bert. With my newfound knowledge, I immediately set to just trying to break and cheese the game however I could. So I was like, all right, let's just start climbing stuff and see what the highest spot I can get to is. Thinking that, most of the game is the underground tunnels that I've seen or all the stuff littered over the overworld here. So naturally, I slid up the scaffolding all underneath this bridge thinking, wow, I'm not supposed to be up here to jump around the corner and find this. What you're seeing here are floor parries, by the way. You just hit parry as soon as your attack lands in the floor, your dash attack thing. And funny movement, go Bert. So that was terrifying, and he murdered me. So after that, I came over to this random spot and learned that if you ground parry with the scythe has parries that give you energy. So if you look on the far right of my screen, little white squares are popping up, meaning I'm gaining energy every time I do this, which then allows me to use the gun parrying you saw at the beginning of the video to do this. There's all the energy. We just gotta hit the... Oh, it's like perfect for everything too. That's crazy. And I get the infinite energy. The bell room? That's where it was? Then I found myself trapped in this giant hole at the bottom of the map. So back to getting better at bullet parries. Okay, yes, I know I wasn't actually trapped in the last clip, but then I found some crazy weird dudes in here. So then I went down and walked around to get up there, walked around some pipe. But this is the part that I really want to show off, because this could have major implications on the speedrun for the game and just, you know, the tech that we know that exists. As long as you have a shallow enough angle into a wall, you can do that. You see how it's making the ground pound sound, where I've been getting infinite energy from a ground pound in the middle of a wall? So theoretically, on any straight wall, you can get that ground pound, and if you parry it, and I don't know why the timing is so much harder, but if you parry it, which you'll see me do a few times, you can get a bunch of height already middle up the wall, and then you'll have all of your jumps and stuff ready to go, right? So theoretically, if I could keep hitting that parry timing, like up the wall, you saw me try it twice a second ago, but you just infinitely up the wall, boom, and then right there again. See, if I hit that second one, you could just go straight up the wall, no limitations, no jump limits, no energy constraints. You just want to fly up a wall, you just go straight up it. So I tried this for a while, but I don't know. It might not even be possible to do twice. I would assume it is, but I could never get it. So definitely requires more testing from me in the community. Obviously, yeah, when you see those electric bursts, that means that I don't have a shallow enough angle and the angle's too steep and I'm hitting the wall. So eventually I gave up those attempts and figured I'd try it later, and now I'm just trying to get up on top of this guy on the wall up here. But we're gonna need some gun parries for that. Can I pull it off? Only time will tell, ladies and gentlemen. Not again. Oh no. I'm in danger. Later, I joined the Discord for this game and realized people can do this. Any hoodles, this whole video took place over 3 hours the other night when I decided to boot up this game for the first time, and I'm pleasantly surprised so far. I'll definitely hop back into it again as I don't know, free demo, and it's early on, and there's still so much of the, you know, demo I haven't explored, so much of the game, so many bosses to see that I haven't seen yet. Remember, Jesus loves y'all. Hope you all have a good night. Remember, a relationship with God is the only solution to having peace and joy in the midst of the suffering and chaos in this world. I do have one more glitch to show y'all before I leave, and I have no idea what caused this. I was dumbfounded at first, obviously. Can't even switch guns. I can't switch equipment. I can't pause. I can target him. I can do this. That's it. Now I'm out of controls. I should at least take damage. I'm over here. Oh. Wow.